We love hip hop.
This podcasting game. No, because there's a couple, like, you know how there's bare wires in here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's always the problem.
Yeah. So when a couple of wires go missing, that kind of, it's like a piece to a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? You broke the puzzle now. Let me make sure I pull up your information. You know, one thing also I like about, and I already got the recording going on. One thing that I like about your pod and my pod, because we cover different ground, we've never butted heads over the years about being in the same lane. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't do that anyways. I don't, listen.
I agree too, but
that's
bro,
the least of my concern is butting heads with anybody, bro. Especially not in the pod space.
So you haven't had a pod beef in Toronto?
No.
Not at all?
And I've had plenty of reason.
So wait.
There's a lot of people who be copying my sauce.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No pun intended with extra gravy. But I just see a lot. So, you know, I don't really say anything though, because at the end of the day, I got the idea from probably somewhere. You know what I mean? I don't own ideas.
So wait.
We're all inspired by something or someone.
Is it just me then? Because I've had beef with multiple content creators in this city, bro.
Content creators or pods?
A couple of pods, or maybe one.
What pod?
I don't want to name no names.
Come on,
bro.
put a name on the bullet, man. Put a name on the bullet is podded, man. Transparency.
I've had issues where the Man Dem podcasts have taken shots at me, but that's partially because one of the guys is a former We Love Hip Hop guy, right? Yeah. So, you know, people get bitter. This is actually the first time I've ever said this on camera,
Exclusive.
bro.
That's what I'm providing y'all niggas, man. Exclusives. This is what we do here.
I'm trying to take the Michelle Obama road, you know what I'm saying, and just not mention people when they diss me.
So why did you guys split up? I always wondered that. Long story?
Yo. This is your interview, Marlon.
You didn't show them the invoice? Got an Excel spreadsheet with the invoice?
What is happening over here, man? This guy's good. Okay.
Listen, Friday told me to pull up. I pulled up. Okay. Friday brought me to a back alley. I thought I was getting jammed up. I thought this is it. I saw two niggas across the street in hoodies. I was worried. Then we got here. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased.
My nigga. Okay, I'll answer your question. To be honest, I don't know. I've said this before a couple of times on camera. I don't know. I have the way I like to do things, and I think you can kind of agree. You have a certain way you want things done. You have an outlook. You have a goal of the way that you want this content to go.
Absolutely.
Right? Scheduling, different things like that. And I put out an ultimatum, and homie wasn't with it, and he decided to leave.
So it's a matter of just dedication, essentially, and work ethic and professionalism.
You get what that is, bro.
Absolutely. Well, nobody's gonna care about it as much as the person that created it, right?
Yes.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
Yes, but at the same time, he had his own podcast. So it wasn't about the We Love Hip Hop podcast. Man had his own podcast, 6 Views Uncut. It was doing well. It was on its way to like 100 episodes.
Yeah.
And then he just stopped. And I think that's a problem, not just with that gentleman, but with a lot of podcasts in this city, bro.
Well, podcasts in general. Just podcasts in general. I think they said it was a stupid number, like 6% of people don't make it past episode 5 or some shit like that.
That low, eh?
Like only 6% of people make it past episode 5. Sorry.
Yeah.
Some wild stat like that. And I was like, I see it. The amount of pods that I've seen in this city alone that have started and stopped. It's like people just want the immediate results and don't understand. You got to grind, man. You got to grind.
So before we get into it, you know, maybe you could help me because as Potter to Potter maybe on a therapy level, right?
Yeah.
Why is it that I'm getting into beef? You've been potting for
it's the nature
almost
of the show.
Longer than me.
It's the nature of the show.
Okay, tell me why. What the nature of the show? How?
Well, I don't talk about beefs, especially not beefs in the city. I stay away from that.
True.
Because first of all, not from the hood. You know, I lived in Vaughan.
I'm
not a hood man. I don't know polys like that. I'm just an observer from the outside. And to me, I think what you do is absolutely necessary, but it's going to come with You know,
It's a price.
there's a price always.
Yeah.
What you do is absolutely necessary. Every city has a Friday. Every city. But it comes with, you know, what it comes with. And me personally, not prepared for that. You know, I got a skincare routine. I got shit to do. I'm not built for war. I'm not built for war. I can do Pilates. I'm not built for war at all. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
keep me out of it.
And I think this might be your 8-year anniversary right now.
Next year is an 8-year, yeah.
Right. Over the 8 years that I've been doing my thing, you see right now I'm kind of shaved down, but I'm not. It's kind of growing in. Broski, it's not salt and pepper no more, fam. It's just all salt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're cooked out here.
You know how like
Time to get the Rogaine.
You know when they say like when the presidents they go in and they take office,
Oh yeah.
and then they get older, bro.
Obama after 8 years.
Yeah.
Black to gray, real quick.
Bro, I started seeing it when I started seeing my shit grow in a little bit. I was like, wait a minute, where are the black hairs? They're all gone.
You attribute that to stress of the show?
I don't know if it's stress of the show or stress of life, but I think over the years, just some of the situations that we've had is just, even when we go viral, it's like phone calls come in and it's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
So niggas try to press you.
Yes. I was going to try to find a nicer way to say it, but yeah.
I've always wondered how that goes for like people like you, people like academics, people like Adam 22. Like, how does that go when you guys are having someone's ops on? They're only saying their side of the story. And then the ops are watching and like, yo, that's a lie. And you're maybe friends with the people you're interviewing, so it may seem like you're siding with them.
Yeah.
When you're trying your best to be impartial. But if niggas are saying some shit in front of you, you gotta be like, yeah. I get it.
No. Here's what I've learned over the years, and I learned this early, okay? I would, the facial expression, okay? If somebody's saying some flagrant, wild shit, especially about somebody else, never nod.
Don't hype it up.
Don't hype it up. Don't be like, tell me more, right? And never smile, or you just stay expressionless.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Poker face, straight poker face.
Especially if you're not doing no editing yourself. Like I've started doing the editing over the years. So if I do have a reaction where I'm like, or
I'm a comedian, I can get away with that.
Yes.
I'm a comedian. I'll play shit up.
But if somebody's like, yo, F the ops, man, I'm gonna smoke that nigga.
I'll play shit up, but I'll also give a disclaimer right after. It's like, I'll play shit up and be like, the opinions expressed are not...
You do it really fast. The words are opinions.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta give a disclaimer right after.
Oh, man. Okay, but listen, let's get into it, right? You know, I like to do the rolling starts, but, you know, let's get into a proper intro, because I think this gentleman here needs to get his flowers as well as a proper intro. All right. It's your boy Friday Ricky Dread here with another interview for your head top. Before I get into it, I gotta pay a few bills. Salute the sponsors. Big salute to Diamond Club. All right, that's the sign that you see right behind me right now. If you need delivery of any of the sickest piff in the GTA and across Canada, hit them up on their Instagram page, Diamond Club _Canada. You could also find them on the 7 Days of Weed website. Use the code We Love Hip Hop and get yourself a little discount. You heard me? Also, if you want some of that grabber, hit up Steaming Hot Grabber, okay? They got all different types of grabber flavors and this way that you can dispense the grabber. You can get them delivery across the GTA. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Steaming Hot Grabber, and use the code We Love Hip Hop for a little discount. You smoke grabber, right?
No, I'm not from Brampton or Scarborough, so I don't smoke grabber. I don't drive manual. That is... Every nigga I know that drives standard smokes grabber.
Listen, man.
That's a Brampton and Scarborough flex.
Well, listen, for all my grabber smokers, make sure to get your hands on that Steaming Hot Grabber. Last but not least, for all my people representing Ottawa, hit up Only Loud. They have same-day delivery in Ottawa and also in the GTA right now. They got mad different legacy blends under their umbrella, as well as their own strain, which is fire. Okay, hit them up on their Instagram page, Only Loud Canada, and you could also find them on Snapchat, onlyloud.ca. Listen, man, this gentleman here, him and I call us podcast brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because a couple of months before, I would say about 4 months before the We Love Hip Hop podcast started, there was another podcast that was already out here doing their thing. Okay, I've seen multiple iterations of the podcast and evolutions of the pod, you know, with different co-hosts and stuff, like myself. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, pause. We are podcast kindred spirits. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every once in a while I need to bring him back in so that we can have a conversation about what he's doing and just so we could chop it up about the scene. You know what I'm saying? So with no further ado, the host and founder of the Extra Gravy podcast, comedian, actor, okay? And just all around nice guy, man. We have Marlon Palmer, a.k.a. the Oxtail God, a.k.a. that dude McFly in the motherfucking building.
Ex-girlfriend of Travis Kelce finally speaks out. I think people have a perception that she spoke out before for some reason.
She's never said anything.
And she's never really said anything. Yes, sir. What's poppin', buddy?
What's going on, brother?
Thanks for having me, bro.
Welcome back, man.
You already know, man.
Listen, man, I've been watching you evolve in the scene, not just as somebody who has a great podcast, and the podcast I've been seeing, getting the posting the videos on Spotify and all that. Hold on, before I even get to any of my questions, how did that happen, bro?
Spotify allows that now. You could do it.
So put me on, bro, because I'm thinking
I just looked into it and I found out the date that they were rolling it out, and I just started posting. You just go into their back end and anybody can post the video now. Before, you had to be a podcaster under the network of Anchor.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Or a Spotify exclusive.
And they still, my only gripe with Spotify, because Spotify is my favorite app. That's my music app, everything. I love Spotify. Yeah. They need to pay Canadians. They have not, they're rolling out monetization now. So you can put ads from Spotify cooked in, but you have to be American or whatever country they're serving it to right now.
Really?
They don't do it in Canada yet.
You know, one thing I tried with the app that I use, and just for transparency, I use an app called A.W.O.L to distribute my podcast, right? There was an option for to have ads baked into your pod, and you had to go through, I guess, some kind of, I don't know, like, what do you call it? I'm losing words today. Not a probation period.
Trial period?
Not a trial period. Like, they had to review the content to make sure that it was worthy of being
ad-friendly.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I got turned down, bro.
Damn. Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself,
that's weird because podcasts are like, there's true crime podcasts talking about murder that are sponsored out the ass.
Yeah, and like, is it saying the F word? Like, okay, I said, all right.
That's the one thing about podcasting is there's no rules. So it's like, I don't understand that. I don't get that because even when at the most, they want to send it to listeners that are into that.
Yes.
Or are above a certain age. You know what I mean? I don't see what's the point of being like, nah, period. Like,
if
people are listening, they're listening. Like, do you want the ad space or not? Like, I don't understand it.
And, you know, just on that, with the distribution, has that always been you from the beginning? Like, you went and found whatever app that you can use to distribute the podcast through, and you said, okay, paid the fee and started moving from there?
First it was SoundCloud. I was just hosting on SoundCloud, and the RSS feed would go to everything. Yeah. And then I found a network that would pay us, and so, like, for cooked in ads or whatever. Yeah. And so ported it over to there. They went bankrupt, so I moved it over to Acast, where we are right now. And yeah, they've been just providing ads for us ever since.
You know what? I might have to go over there too, man.
Yeah. But the way you get paid is dumb. Like, it's you get your number for the month. Like, say you made 5 bills for the month. You send them an invoice and you'll get that for 2 months. Yeah. And that's how you keep doing it. And it's like, this is 2024, bro. How do we not just like,
so you gotta wait 2
invoice,
months?
You send me the money.
Wait, so you have to send them an invoice for money that's already like in, I guess, some kind of escrow for you or something.
I guess. I don't know.
That don't even make no sense, bro.
It sound weird.
Yeah.
It sound weird.
Okay. We'll get back to podcasting in a second. I've been watching you as somebody who started getting more deep into the stand-up post-podcast.
Yeah.
Big salute to the sponsors, Diamond Club, with delivery all over the GTA and now all across Canada. They got the best selection of flour, edibles, and pens, and all types of goodies that you need. You can find them on their Instagram page, DiamondClub_Canada, or you can find them on the 7 Days of Weed app, as well as the Leafy Things app. Let them know that you heard about them through the We Love Hip Hop Network, and they may give you a discount. Big salute to Diamond Club. Cheer!
I'm seeing more shows now. Tell me how that's going, bro.
That's like my primary objective. Like my number one thing right now is just stand up. I don't see that changing either. I think that's what I'm meant to do.
Jamaican men will tell you like it is right away. Sex is supposed to be pleasurable, romantic, soothing. Jamaican man comes up to you. Your pussy fat, you know. Are your pussy so fat, my girl? Beg you a piece of pussy. Give me a piece of pussy, please. It's unhinged.
Yeah, man, it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's fun figuring out how to craft ideas, fun figuring out the science of words and how to say things and how to trick the audience. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun, man.
Biggest show that you feel that or biggest crowd that you've done for 2024?
For this year, I opened up for Kev on stage
Nice.
earlier on this year at Queen Elizabeth Theater, so that was fun. And he has a large, like, humongous audience. It was like 1,000 people there, so that was a lot of fun. I don't really get to play big audiences like that yet, but right now I'm just building up the audience, building up the fan base. I just got told that I do too many things, and so nobody knows what I do.
So you're doing too many jobs in the content space?
I just do too many things, so nobody knows what to do with me. Apparently, my name gets brought up in a lot of advertisers' rooms and just different events or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And people don't know what my primary thing is.
Why does there have to be one primary thing?
Don't ask me, brother. I don't know. You see me doing all these things, I do all these things. It's just that simple. That's how simple it is to me. When I see somebody doing multiple things, I say they do these multiple things. I don't just say they do one thing.
That's
or
like
try
Nick
to
Cannon.
figure out which one thing they love.
You know, if Nick Cannon did one thing, he wouldn't be Nick Cannon.
Hey, man, don't ask me.
You know what I'm saying?
But maybe I need to do one thing at a time. Maybe that's what it is. So now, shutting down everything 2025. Just podcasting and stand-up. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
What about radio?
Well, yeah, obviously radio.
Yeah.
But that's like in the morning. You know what I mean? That's people know I'm on radio.
Yeah.
Comedians have done radio tons of time. I don't think people are just gonna be like, oh, he's just a radio host. Like,
yeah.
Especially with branding yourself, like, you know how it is. You got to brand yourself a certain way. And if I'm showing everything, then people are gonna think I'm doing everything. So I'm only show them one or two things.
Just a couple of the chambers.
Yeah.
And speaking of radio, how did that come to fruition with you going over to the new flow?
Well, I don't know. I just got the call one day. Shout out to my boy Mastermind. Shout out to Randy. And they just hit me up and said, yo, this is on the horizon. They're looking to shake things up at Flow. They wanted a morning show host that's like going to be the anchor of the station. Like, morning show host is the job at the station. And we need someone to steer the ship. And we were thinking of you and Alicia. And I was like, all right, like, I'll hear you guys out for sure. I'd done radio the year before that we did an Extra Gravy takeover of Vibe 105. And we did that for like 2 weeks. And I was like, this is okay, but it's not really my style. Like, it's very repetitive. I can't get my shit off. It's not like podcasting,
You can't curse.
I can't curse. And I'm also like talking in 3-minute intervals. So like, can't even get in depth with nothing. Like,
yeah.
And so I was just kind of like, that was cool, but whatever. And then now that came back around and it's Flow. You know what I mean? This is not just any radio station. It is our black station. When anybody says the black station, that's the station they
It's
mean.
a staple, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've grown up loving Flow, loving OTA Live, Grew up listening to the bios that they do
mhm.
on there. I was listening when Drake and Cardi were beefing and the Wise Men and
Yeah.
all that shit. Like, there's so many historic moments with that station that are core memories for me.
Mhm.
So I was like, I want to be a part of history. Like, why not?
Yeah.
And yeah, we just got to talking a little bit more and then started off like probably 2 months later.
So even when that started happening, right? Because I'm driving down the 401. I'm passing there by Kennedy on the 401. I see Marlon and Alicia on the big billboard and shit.
Yeah.
To me, obviously, things start changing when people start seeing you on billboards and hearing you on a regular basis in the morning on radio. There's one thing to do podcasting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But podcasting goes as far as we're able to push it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Radio already has its built-in infrastructure where you're going to be in this amount of homes guaranteed.
3 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what did you notice start changing?
Not much, to be honest. Like, obviously, you know, I've been doing this shit for well over a decade.
Yeah.
About 12 years. I call it 12 years a slave. And I've been grinding for a long time. So it's like, there's a lot of moments that I've had where it was like, whoa, like this is a lot. And it just seemed more people proud. Like, some people have came up to me already before about some shit to congratulate me or whatever.
Yeah.
But the tone and the love when it was the radio was completely different. Like, it seemed like a deeper love. People were, the smiles were wider. Like, some people were proud of me because they felt that I deserved something like this for a long time.
Yeah.
And then some people, that's their morning. Some of them, like so many people, especially people my age, I go to parties and I'll get stopped 20, 30 times. Like, yo, me and my kid listen to you on the way to dropping them to school every morning.
Yeah.
And I remember when I used to listen to the radio every morning and feeling that connection. So it's like, it's a good feeling. You know what I mean? Being able to speak to that many people, being able to speak to the city that I love, and being a part of, you know, Toronto media history. Like, Flow is media history. So
I'm not as much on radio listening as much, so I don't get to keep the show as much. But
and it's 6 to 9 in the morning, so I don't expect you. I don't expect you to.
More times than
majority of my friends have never heard me on the radio because.
So are you guys getting, besides like the regular morning flow and like, you know, bringing in songs and news stories that are going on, are you guys getting like interviews that pop in and stuff too?
Oh, yeah. We just did an interview this morning with Kirk Diamond and Amoy.
Nice.
Some reggae artists from the city. And so, yeah, we constantly are interviewing people. We play interviews literally usually in the 7 or the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had Melanie Fiona on a couple weeks ago. We had, what's his name? Boju, when he came. Specs had him on. So it's like, yeah, we get a lot of interviews.
Dope. Now, spinning back to the podcast, okay? Because, you know, we do our share of interviews over here. I always wondered, because I see you guys interview a couple of rappers. I seen a Free A interview. Why don't you guys interview more rappers, man?
We do interview a lot of rappers. Havaya, Sean Leon, Free A. We've had a lot.
So I guess you guys interviewed the other side of the rap game.
Who else?
Oh, true, Roadrunner.
We had Roadrunner. What do you mean the other side? What do you mean by that, brother?
I want to take a quick break from this episode to give a big shout out to Only Loud, Canada's one-stop shop for your favorite legacy brands and all things loud. Only Loud provides mail order delivery nationwide and same-day delivery to those in the Ottawa area. Check them out at onlyloud.ca or follow them on their socials, Instagram at onlyloudcanada or on Snapchat onlyloud.ca for more exclusive content. Only Loud is not just a product, it's a lifestyle. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer. Okay.
I know what you mean.
You know, because I've spoken about it on the pod many times, so my audience knows. There's 2 rap games in Toronto. Okay? Even salute to DJ Czar, he was in here earlier. And he called it grant rap. The guys who get the grants.
Factor Canada versus the streets.
Versus the streets.
Factor Canada versus streets.
Right, versus Fenty.
Shout out to Factor. I'm a judge.
Factor versus Fenty.
Are you a judge?
No.
You should get out the judge.
And I get turned down for these type of grants all the time because I'm the.
I've never gotten a grant in my life.
I got one factor grant maybe about 3 years ago now, for a workshop. But as far as like a lot of grants I've applied for, it's hard. And as an artist, when I was rapping, I was doing the gangster shit.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. There's two different types of hip hop. There's
Absolutely.
the gangster shit, and then there's the guys who have more of a clean edge.
What side do you consider Free?
Free is kind of in the middle.
Okay. Side you consider Roadrunner.
He's on the more gangster edge, but he's working his way over to the other side. You know what I'm saying? But he has a lot of songs where he's like, the ops. You know what I'm saying?
We've had them both on. We've had them both on.
Okay.
The other thing is I also don't listen to that shit.
Mm.
Like, I just not a big rap person in the first place.
Yeah.
There's only so much rap that I can listen to because I don't relate.
You guys are like the R&B aficionados.
I'm more of an R&B guy, man.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's just, especially with rap, it just, I don't know. Low frequency, man. Don't make me feel good anymore. It used to make me feel good.
Yeah.
It don't make me feel good anymore. Listening to this shit, I get in a dark place.
Yeah.
Rod Wave out here jumping off buildings during his concerts. Like, what are we doing, man? Niggas are doing whippets.
It's gotten weird, bro.
It's getting weird, man.
Yeah.
It's getting weird. You know what rap is now? Rap, I akin it to rock music. We're in the early 2000s rock phase with Simple Plan, Billy Talent, all them. Niggas is emo.
Yeah.
Niggas are the new emo. Like, we used to make fun of kids who came to school dressed in all black.
Yeah.
With their nails painted. And now, we's them. We's them, nigga.
Yeah. No. They them.
They them.
My fingernails, no paint.
No, non-binary. You're right.
Yeah.
They them.
Yeah.
So, to me, I'm just watching it, like, go through this phase right now, and I'm just wondering what happens next. Because with The Rock, we saw what happened next.
It fell off.
It was gone.
Yeah, but something replaced it. Rap replaced it.
Exactly. So what will replace rap?
You
see what I'm saying?
Listen, as far as like way things are going now, because Afrobeats is so popular,
yeah,
people will think the most popular thing now is going to replace rap.
No.
But I don't think that that's going to happen.
No, I don't think so either.
I think hip hop's going to get a resurgence. It's going to be different than it was before, but more of that stuff that we don't like is just going to take the forefront. But it's just going to...
I mean, as long as the labels are labeling, there's always going to be bullshit.
Yeah.
The agenda is the agenda, man. Like, there's only so many women out here that are rapping that aren't twerking.
Yeah.
And none of them are famous.
Yeah.
They're Instagram famous, maybe. They might go viral on TikTok. They're not out here winning awards. They're not getting the budgets. They're not in the commercials. That's an agenda. There's something there. And I'm not gonna, I can't ignore it when I look at it.
That's not something new. That's something that people have been saying forever, that there's like
but
some
there
kind
was
of
at
an
least
agenda.
more balance.
Yes.
Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, you had balance at least at one point. Even you could argue 2000s, Eve, Kim, like that's two different sides of the coin.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Even Foxy versus who was it? Lauryn Hill. At the that's a two different sides of the coin. So you have balance. And now there's no balance.
Even in the coins, on the sides of the coin, for example, like a Foxy Brown, she'll push sex, but then also have some songs about her growing up or, you know, being a gangster or some shit like that, where she's not pushing the sex, you know?
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm around mad niggas that'll shoot you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, at least it wasn't just shake my booty, shake my booty. And same thing with Lil' Kim. Kim had pushing sex raps, but she also had, you know, Welcome to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So there was at least a balance with the girls who were even talking that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
find the ones that are more well-rounded, like a Doechii, a Lotto, Glorilla, where it's not, the focus isn't just on the sex.
Yeah.
Especially in the lyrics. Those are the ones that are like really eating right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're the ones that are getting the deals. They're the ones that are getting the commercials, the remixes, the features. They're killing shit. Look at Doechii in Tyler's...
Yeah, the Camp Flog Gnaw. Yeah.
Killed that shit. And now she's going to be Coachella? Like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that shit it's tired. It's boring, bro. Like
Mm.
after a certain point, I can only watch Meg Thee Stallion twerk for so long, dog.
Yeah. And you know, one thing I was noticing, and I've said this previously when the whole Drake and Kendrick thing was going on, that once those guys decide to just gonna not retire, but like just go to the background and not put out music at such a high clip and not have the expectations to be the big three, we're not getting any other big three. Because they're the last of the people who are lyrical stars.
It's like the NBA right now. It's like in the same place where the NBA is. Like who's the next guy? Like all the guys that are guys are old.
Yeah.
They're getting old.
Yeah, Drake is
They're phasing
38.
out. LeBron's 40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's mirroring it in, okay, you're gonna have a bunch of guys that are good, but none of them stepping to the forefront as the face of the league in terms of personality, like being that all around. Like Michael Jordan was all around, Kobe all around, LeBron all around. There's not many guys in that, like Devin Booker, he a weirdo. He be quiet a lot. Jason Tatum got no personality whatsoever. Jaylen Brown, he's just like an anti-hero. Like I don't get it. I don't know who's gonna step up. And then the European players, America will never accept as the forefront.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's why basketball is taking a hit to the NFL right now, right? Because they're in a.
Well, now they booked Beyonce for Christmas.
Yeah, but
that's gonna eat their numbers up, brother.
Yeah, yeah. But because I'm not much of a sports guy, I know when it comes to this hip hop shit, when Drake and Kendrick and Cole were on the way in, we were also looking at a whole bunch of guys, Nas, Jay, and all those guys that were running shit for them to take over from. When I'm looking forward, like at the hip hop game now, I'm like, damn, if these guys retire, who am I left with? Lil Uzi Vert and them?
We had a 50 Cent for a second, and they took him out.
Yeah, but even 50.
Pop Smoke was gonna be that guy.
Yeah, Pop Smoke. Yeah.
We keep losing the guys that were gonna be that guy. Juice WRLD, look at his numbers, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and he was able to rap
X,
too.
Look at his numbers. Like, we keep losing the guys who are gonna be that guy.
Yeah. That would have been the big three right there.
That would have been, dog, they would have been bigger than everybody else. Everybody else.
That's crazy.
Yo, you lost speaker knockers. You lost, like, you can go down the list
of
niggas who have influenced this game and
they're gone.
Got taken out.
Yeah.
Mac Miller. He would have been the leader of all white boys right now. His numbers at where he was right before he died, he was about to be the next superstar.
Yeah, and his style was evolving at the same time too.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never really thought about it that way.
We keep losing the guys, bro. We keep losing the guys. Pop Smoke would have been bigger than Travis right now.
Yeah.
On God, he would have been bigger than Travis. He would have already crossed over, done some pop shit by now. It would have been, and it would have been a problem.
Yeah, we keep on killing the big threes, man.
It's wild, bro. So,
but speaking of big three, like, I know for me as a podcast that helped us exponentially, especially with our American audience. I looked at one point and we had like 70% American audience tuning in to our YouTube videos because of the Drake and Kendrick beef.
Yeah.
How about for you guys? Did you guys start seeing a difference?
Every time something happens with Drake, they come running to see what we got to say. Every single time. So every time something happens with Drake, I know that episode's about to get numbers because I first of all, we're from the city. So people are looking to see what Toronto is saying about it. And then on top of it, there's a perception that me and Drake have a relationship, which we don't. And so, like, people are like, oh, he must know something. And I'm like, I know just as much as you guys. So, yeah, that's my only explanation for that.
Wow, man. It was kind of crazy for us. I started getting hit up as like a correspondent for a few different things. You know what I mean? Like, what is that? Talk radio, 640 radio.
Yep.
Just people who are outside of the hip hop.
Hit me immediately.
Yeah.
Like, yo, gotta get you on the show.
Yeah. So tell us about this. What about the shooting at his house? Like, what do you do?
I've done some YouTube shows about it, some pretty big YouTube shows about it. I've done TMZ about it. Like,
really?
Yeah. Everybody.
Shit, man. how does it even with keeping this podcast running, right?
Yeah.
Give me some of the trials and tribulations for keeping a podcast running for 8 years, bro.
Fuck. Well, we've now been in our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15th space.
Wow. I thought I went into a lot of spaces.
15th space in 7 years.
That's
And
crazy.
Majority of it, nothing of our doing. People either not paying their rent anymore or saying that this space is no longer for podcasting. You name it. We've heard bankruptcy. We were at Artscape. They went bankrupt.
Oh, the Artscape. I remember when you guys were at Artscape.
That was like the most ideal situation we had been in up until that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real studio, real lighting, real cameras, real mics, real everything. And the rug just pulled from under us again. And we're back on the streets. We've done it in condo party rooms. I've done it in my room. I've done it in my living room. I've done it, ordered studios, rented places.
Jesus.
Like whatever I can do to make sure we get this out every single week.
Have you had to miss weeks because of this?
No.
You never missed a week?
Not because of that, no. I've always pivoted right away.
That's crazy.
I've
bro.
missed weeks for other reasons, but never because we lost a studio. Like, I would find one come hell or high water, however I got to find it. And if I couldn't, we're doing it at my house.
Yo, I rate it, bro. I understand it because I've done the same. Not as many.
Yeah.
I could say maybe about. You've gone to a couple of the different places. I've gone to a couple of different places you got to. Hold on.
I started off at Deus. I don't know if you remember Deus, where they just shot up 23
That's what I was
people.
just about to say.
They just shot up 23 people.
That's why I went there that day. I was saying on the live stream, I used that place. I went to that place for a studio session one time, but then I also went there to do a podcast. But I just never mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're mentioning it. I didn't want to put you out there, bro.
Yeah, no. That's where I started the pod when Deus was still around. And then they pulled funding. So that was the first pull funding moment. And yeah, I left. It was probably 3 or 4 months after we started.
Yeah.
I had to find somewhere else. And I was doing it out of my room. I was doing it at friends' houses, like wherever I could. Because niggas was broke. And the pod doesn't make us, we're still not in the green.
Yeah, a lot of people think that because they see us on a weekly basis,
that we're making money.
Yeah. Yo, how do I get in the podcasting, bro? So, let me be your cameraman. Can I get paid? And bro, there's not a lot of money in this shit, man.
Trust me. When we get our little ads here and there, I can pay the guys. Other than that, I'm coming out of pocket every month. Studio costs over $1,000 a month.
Jesus.
So it's like we're paying the pod. We're not getting paid to pod.
Yeah.
Patreon, we just started ramping up the Patreon. That's been doing well every month. We get paid from ads. And then whenever we get a brand deal, once in a blue moon, especially this year, it was so bad for so many brands. They weren't dishing out money like that anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like you have those dry moments but I'm a content creator, so I'm used to that. I'm used to those dry spells where it's like, all right, well, you just got to grind.
Well, as somebody who's in the podcast space as well, I think you noticed that they haven't been shelling out as much money for podcast deals and stuff.
Nope.
Like I think that era is done.
Only for the top guys. So they make it look like everybody else is making money.
Yeah.
They try to encourage people to start podcasts that way. The middle people down to the bottom are not making money.
So, and this is just off topic, quick, fast, for like people that we watch, like Nori, Joe, all those guys. Do you think they're really making a lot of money?
Yes.
How?
Patreon.
Joe definitely from Patreon.
Absolutely.
Joe's Patreon.
Nori, I'm pretty sure paid by Revolt.
I think there's just deals for Nori. If he doesn't have a deal, I don't think he'd be making any money off his podcast.
Not really, no.
Mm.
If he didn't, I'm pretty sure he has a deal. Just from you could tell by how someone's hustling.
Yeah.
That they're either comfortable with the money they're getting or they're not.
Yeah.
And he's comfortable. He looks real comfy. So
yeah, they don't even drop as much, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But with Joe and them, their Patreon is humongous.
Yeah.
Like humongous.
Yeah.
Like that's why Joe's moving the way he's moving these days.
Okay.
They're making bread. Not to mention the YouTube.
That's those two. What about all these other podcasts? Okay. And we're not talking about Joe Rogan and all those guys. Like in the urban space.
So like who? Give me some examples.
Well, Horrible Decisions just broke up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm pretty sure making money from merch and their live shows, majority. Because they didn't have money ads either.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine them getting paid that much from just posting on their YouTube isn't humongous either. So I would assume it's majority live show and merch that they were making money from. But yeah, can't be too sure. You never know what deals are signed in the back end or anything like that, because they were starting to make six figures. At a certain point, and they were able to leave their full-time jobs that they had before.
True, when they were super hot.
Yeah, when they first came out. But I was like, this does have an expiry date.
Yeah.
Sex, there's a window. And as much as people don't want to admit it, there's a window.
Yeah.
Almost every sex podcast I know has to pivot to more general topics.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. Cover some of the trending whatever's happening with Diddy or whatever.
Which I think that's what they should have done. But I do understand she's moving to Atlanta. And Weezy already lives in LA and New York. Bouncing back and forth. So bouncing between 3 states is it would be just too much. And I don't even think that they do all their pods in like a week or some shit like that.
Yeah, they do multiple recordings and then just like time release the shit. But even like when I see some of the podcasts that have come up during the pandemic, podcasting, even the term podcasting started just getting bastardized because everybody who picked up a camera says, I check out my podcast.
Well, the thing is, and why
podcasting bring yourself
has,
a little closer to be in the frame there.
Why podcasting has such a bad stigma is that you're only going to see the bad opinions go viral.
Yeah.
Good opinions are like, duh. People think it's common sense.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I just saw an alien hearing the other day. I tweeted about it. I'm like, shocked. I'm like, why is no one talking about this? They're literally saying aliens are real.
Yeah.
About 20 people, I kid you not, responded with, well, duh. We all knew that. Like, yeah, obviously. And it's like, okay, cool. We all had our little theories. Let's not act like we had physical evidence that there were aliens.
Yeah.
And that's just how people are now. So when you see a clip go viral, 9 times out of 10, it's a horrible opinion.
Yeah.
It's a horrible opinion. And it's usually a man. It's just the facts. When it's a woman, everybody jumps on it just as hard.
It gets reacted to by a man on YouTube later on.
Exactly. And the problem is, it'll be the men that like run the incels. And so now the them are like, I don't want him to be right because that guy.
Yeah.
And so now they start defending some bullshit they would never defend.
Yeah.
And everybody looks crazy, bro.
I think it's a combination also that during the pandemic, the red pill space started growing like crazy. So a lot of those red pill podcasts like Fresh and Fit, whatever podcast, all those different shows.
Kevin Samuels, all those guys.
Right, R.I.P., but all of those guys.
Sneeko.
They started emerging. And now podcasting is kind of associated with those guys too.
Yeah. Incels got empowered by everybody not having sex during the pandemic.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're all not fucking. I can get my shit off.
Yeah.
And they found their tribe. And plus, it's in response. Like, there's a reason why you're only seeing it rise now. It's in response to women leveling up. The more women get better jobs, higher pay, the more niggas gotta find reasons to chop them down to keep them in place or whatever the case may be. Because you gotta think of it this way. White people, if they see certain black organizations or whatever the case may be leveling up,
Yeah.
what do they gotta do? They gotta find ways
You gotta
to
put
chop
that shit
it
right
down.
back down.
You gotta squash that out. I'm only letting certain blacks, the ones that really fuck with me,
Yeah.
I'm only letting them in to make it look like you guys can all get in, but you guys can't all get in.
the safe blacks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So women are approaching it the same way as black people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna level up. I won't need no shit from them. I'll have my own autonomy and I'll move how I want to move. And that's why divorce is up. That's why marriage is down. Because women just won't put up with the bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
And so niggas are like, that's where you see that community come up like, nah, we got to band together, dog. These bitches is getting out of line, bro.
It's stronger than
They
ever,
getting
dog.
jobs and cars and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's an immediate response to that.
Actually, let me rephrase that. It's not stronger than ever because a lot of them are getting canceled now.
Well, canceled is it's not real.
Well,
You
they're
know what I
losing
mean?
their monetization and
The only people getting canceled for real are people who are not famous. People who are like everyday people are the only ones getting affected by cancel culture. You'll see somebody say some shit, some racist shit on camera. They find her address. They find the school that she works at.
yeah,
Email the principal. Principal releases next day. She's fired.
job gone. That's canceled.
Only normal people
Yeah.
are the ones suffering from cancel culture. None
Well,
of these famous people, bro.
Famous people suffer from cancel culture once they go to jail or once they get no more jobs.
Barely. Tory Lanez dropped a single, my brother.
True. True.
Vibes Cartel
True.
was dropping tune.
True.
If R. Kelly drops right now, he's charting.
Yeah. And he was still his streams went up while he was going through his shit.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just weird, dog.
Let me ask you, who do you think? Actually, before that, because I don't see
Even
you
the
guys.
baby's out here still. Like,
Yeah.
God damn, sorry.
True.
Sorry to cut you off.
No,
The baby's
no.
still out here. That's crazy.
I don't see you guys clipping too much content, right? You guys usually put out the full episode, right?
Yeah.
I seen you guys put out a clip the other day,
Mhm.
a top 5 clip.
Big salute to Steamin' Hot Grabber with a variety of different grabber flavors and dispensers. They got red rose grabber, that red herring grabber, and peanut butter. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Steamin' Hot Grabber, and use the code WeLoveHipHop and receive a discount on your order. Again, you can find them on Instagram, Steamin' Hot Grabber. Now let's get back to the show. Cheer.
Uh-huh.
Why did you guys do that?
What do you mean, why?
Because I know why. Well, I would do it.
Why would you do it?
It's SEO.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, but I just noticed out of all of the things that you guys
Well, we were
clipped,
talking about streamers. It wasn't even about a top 5. It was about
It's true.
streamers and Aiden Ross moving to Toronto out of nowhere.
Yes.
And him inciting some shit with top 5. And so that's how top 5 got looped in, because top 5 had just come out. And we were talking about how he said he was going to unite the city.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is he starting with Aiden Ross? Like, what's happening here? And I was just confused at why Aiden was even here, why Sneeko was here, why Fuzi was here. I was like, what? Did I miss something? Like, I know I'm not tapped in with the young kids like that.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if I missed something. So that's why we were talking about it.
You know what? Clip more content, bro. I've told this to multiple content creators who've pulled up over here, especially ones who do podcasts. Like I just had Hustle, 24/7 Hustle over here, right? The show we were just at the other day, right? Clip more content, man. Those guys have been clipping content.
We've been clipping 2 clips an episode, but we could do more. It's just
You guys do
I
like
want to do
3-hour
the most like
episodes.
relevant stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And I mean, we clipped one Tyler video, and that one is booming. We just got 700 followers from South Africa.
Yeah.
Like that one is booming. It's at like 60,000 views right now.
Are you talking about on Instagram or YouTube?
On YouTube.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
on YouTube. We put up this because we were talking about why does everybody seem to like not like Tyler. We didn't understand it. And so we were just going over Joe Budden and what he had to say about her and all that shit.
Yeah. No, people love clips, man. I'm going to clip this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? as somebody who we both watched the scene, right?
Yeah.
And we've been seeing, we're like now in November, we're going into December pretty much. Who do you think took the biggest L for 2024?
Biggest L for 2024. Man, there's a lot of L's.
Like,
there's a lot of L's.
There's a lot of contestants in there, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of contestants. I'm gonna say Young Money.
Young Money.
Yeah, Young Money took the biggest L.
Why?
Nicki, Drake, Wayne.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna say Young Money.
Holy shit.
I think all three brand wise suffered just a bit. It's not like they're ever gonna be done or any of that.
No.
But it's visible to anybody, especially if you're in the media landscape.
Yeah.
How different the tone is with all three of them. Like, I would never have envisioned in my life people dissing Wayne the way I've seen people dissing Wayne.
I just did it last
week. It's so
week.
sickening to me, bro. Watching this shit is like blasphemous.
I'm sorry, bro.
Blasphemous, dog. Like, you have to understand, when I was in high school growing up, like, Wayne is the guy.
Yeah, but bro, he's not Super Bowl the guy.
Yes, he is, though.
Did you see the show, the Louisiana show the other day? The man
that don't mean shit to me.
Yeah.
Rihanna stood there pregnant, one spot. That don't mean shit to me.
Yeah.
Wayne could move. Rihanna stood there, rubbed her belly, and put on lip gloss. Y'all not gonna tell me Wayne can't put on a 13-minute performance. Y'all not gonna tell me Wayne doesn't have hits for a 13-minute performance. And you guys are not gonna tell me Wayne can't memorize lyrics for a 13-minute performance. And we're talking his biggest hits. We're talking Go DJ, A Milli.
Yeah, Lollipop.
Like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Okay. You know what? I never expected that answer. That's a crazy answer. So Nicki took some L's. Everybody was calling her cokehead, all type of shit all year.
Yeah, there's a couple instances.
And I say everybody, but I'm like one of the
Meg went number one with a diss track on her.
I'm one of the people who jump on my live stream and be like, "You a cokehead."
I'm not saying no more about that woman. She nuked our TikTok with her followers.
Really?
They destroyed our TikTok.
The barbs came for y'all.
Oh my God.
Damn.
We said one thing a couple years ago where we were discussing why doesn't she do more Trini music, more soca music. She's constantly bumble clot, blood clot, Ross clot.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, but Trinidad is right here. Like, they need you too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I posted it, went to sleep, woke up in the morning and seeing all the notifications, like the badge number, that 99.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, shit went viral. I was feeling good. Opened it, saw it was mostly the barbs at first. And I'm like, I was laughing because they're going off. They're yelling, calling us all type of names.
Mm.
And then I see about 6 or 7 comments, Nicki Minaj, all with the verified check. And I'm like, oh shit. And she's in caps lock, just yelling, all you guys do is sit on a couch. All you do is sit on a couch.
That's crazy.
And you guys can't tell me what to do. No one's ever going to tell me what to do. And she started speaking patois. She was responding to people in the comments that were agreeing with us. And she was dissing them. Then she got on Twitter, started dissing me, calling me bleach out and all types of shit.
Yo.
She was going crazy, dog. She was going crazy.
You
and
had
apparently
the queen
she went on
going
live.
at you, bro?
Yeah, man. It was weird. Because I like Nicki. I just don't understand the hostility.
Yo, bro, I'm shocked. She went that nuclear, bro?
Oh, she went off.
She's Trini. Wow.
That's why I was like, did we say something? Like, I don't remember. I watched it again. I'm like, did I diss her?
Listen,
I did not diss her.
I'm not scared of the barbs. Barbs, suck your mom, barbs.
Whoa.
You know
The
what I'm saying?
opinions expressed are by Friday.
Right? Your queen is a cokehead. Okay. And last thing to unpack out of this, because your answer right there, I was expecting like Diddy or somebody, but you hit me with a
Diddy took his L last year.
Yeah, but it's still happening, bro. The man can't get bail. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
none
saying?
of those L's are as big as that L.
But that Young Money answer just hit me in the gut right there because Drake, everybody, his whole perception got changed over 2024.
I wouldn't say whole perception.
Like he's
but
still the
would-
guy.
I would say that it's, you know what it's like? You remember when Trump came out and people started like being outwardly racist and showing their ass? And it was like, oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Because I know who it is now.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. Kendrick just whistleblowed, and all the people who already didn't fuck with Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be clear. There's nobody that doesn't fuck with Drake today that used to fuck with Drake.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not
Yeah.
buying it.
Yeah.
There are people who have been laying dormant waiting for this day
Yeah.
that have now been empowered by the soul of Kendrick.
Yeah.
And that is why they're feeling like, because they're seeing it now more visibly, they feel like, oh, we got a community.
You're empowered.
Oh, people are joining us. No. Those people were there all along.
Yeah, let's all be Drakecist now.
Exactly. So now they all can have their moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the other thing is just like the racists, you see them try to control the narrative. Drake will drop a song immediately. Same people who would be like, oh, y'all react to songs right when they drop. You got to sit with that shit, blah, blah. They're the ones reacting. No, this is garbage.
Trash.
This is trash. This is ass.
Oh, you a glazer for liking that.
Oh, Kendrick, look what Kendrick made him do. Man cut his hair like a couple days ago. Kendrick made him do that. Kendrick made him do that. Dog, the man had braids. The man did pigtails, bubbles, all types of shit for months. But no, Kendrick made him do it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
You can't. This is what I'm saying. Like,
These
people had to control the narrative.
Clear the air because of that Kendrick battle.
They got to control the narrative, bro. And it's just that simple. And it's not going to work. It can work for a little bit. It's not going to work for long.
Yes, but the reason I say that he took like his everything kind of changed because who would have thunk that you can go on YouTube and just put in Drake's name and besides his music videos, you're just seeing downfall of Drake. Is he a cupcake stealer?
Well, you know what that is.
All this shit.
We're media guys. We know what that is. That's SEO. Come on.
It's
What are people going to click on?
that's bad SEO,
Drake,
bro.
Drake's still good. No one's clicking that.
No, but fam,
The demise of Drake.
In
You put Drake
2020
on there with sad face.
2023 there was that wasn't SEO
No,
because
but-
it wasn't true. It
But that was
like,
SEO in 2017. Oh wait, not 2017. What was it? 2018? What was the Pusha shit?
oh yeah, the Pusha T shit.
Don't forget that there was a time when people said he was done
He
already.
was done. And then he dropped Scorpion and everybody shut
Like I'm not here for it, man.
up.
Especially not when this version of it is just things that were said. No proven facts.
Yeah.
Just things that were said. I'm not buying that over you are hiding a child.
Yeah.
Physical evidence that we saw. The whole blackface picture.
Yeah.
Physical things that we saw. These were truths.
He was on the ropes at that point.
These were truths.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Those were things that like you can't refute
Yeah.
from
yeah.
from the outside perspective.
He pulled up the receipts basically.
From my perspective, I was always like, no celebrity is entitled to show you guys their child.
Yeah.
That's always been my stance.
Mhm.
So saying you are hiding a child don't mean shit to me. You know who's hiding a child? J. Cole. Nobody says shit about that.
Yeah.
So it's like people pick and choose, and I'm telling you, it's the people who have always felt away.
They're Drakecist, bro.
Dog, it's just they found their moment.
I'm gonna write that down. That's the title of the episode.
Drakecist.
Drakecist. I got to figure out how to spell it. But all those guys who just see, is that right? Drake, C-I-S-T.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's
They're
perfect.
Drakecist, bro.
That's perfect.
No, fam. And last thing before we close our conversation, because one thing that went viral off our conversation with Hustle Over Everything is us kind of defending, saying that mans don't have to be rich to be coming from a suburb.
Just rich enough to be the poorest nigga on the block.
Yeah.
His parents were just rich enough to get him out of the hood, but not rich enough to be like affluent.
They're just the poorest guy
They're
on a
just
better
the
block.
poorest guy on a better block.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a different type of poverty that people
Yeah.
don't even understand. They think because you live in the house, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, if you go, when you get a chance,
I'm not gonna look at it. I saw. I'm not gonna look at it.
You're killing us, bro.
They're trying.
Bro, to this, I can go right now and see a new comment today. We did that conversation maybe a month ago.
That's hilarious.
And people are still mad at what you said, bro.
That's hilarious.
Drakecist, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, man. It is what it is. They got to control the narrative.
Yeah.
They don't act like winners. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Winners know they won. Them second down and meds tonight.
Yeah.
They can't meds tonight. Them just have it. Every time they see something, anything that could give them a possible point,
Yeah.
they got to stamp it out.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. Look what I did.
Yeah.
See?
It's hilarious.
You
to me.
damn Drakecist.
A man, he posted a picture today. A man said, "Is this foot broken? Why is he outside?" What? Fatherless. You niggas are fatherless.
Oh, man. Yo, listen, Marlon.
And Future walking his shit back right now too. You saw what he said?
No.
Oh, he did an interview, him and Metro.
Recently?
And said, what beef? He said, what beef? There was beef?
Is this breaking?
He said, there was beef? Hold on, let me find it for you.
Is this like today?
Yeah, just happened.
Oh, shit. Breaking.
Metro said that it was, he regrets crashing out on Twitter.
Breaking news.
Metro said he regrets
news.
crashing out on Twitter, but I'm not a rapper, so I had to tweet to let him know, and that it was over something personal and it wasn't over a girl. Future's saying, listen,
that's crazy.
Why did everybody think that was a Drake diss and not a me diss? He's like, he said it on my song. I'm not Big Three. I'm not up there. I'm not the person he's talking to.
True.
Future thought it was about him.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this right now.
Future thought Kendrick was trying to pop style on his song, on his own song.
Yo.
And nobody even considered Future for a second.
Maybe like I've heard Charlemagne say, yo, Future's Big Three or Future's
But
one of the top.
only person who said it was Cole.
Yo, you know, that deserves.
So he was responding to Cole. But Future's like, yo, what about me?
Wow. I'm going to make sure that I pop this up on the screen for y'all. I'll do a full screen of it so people can see what we're talking about here. This is breaking news.
Crazy.
Wow.
He said him and Drake don't have no problems.
Yeah, he said Big Three on my song. I'm supposed to be the one who gets mad. I'm still confused about that. That's what was so fucked up about the shit. To the point where I'm so player that I ain't even said anything to the public about it, about how I feel about it. Like, why is everybody mad when he was talking about me on my song? Holy shit. Wow.
Future didn't even consider Drake for a second.
I didn't even consider Future.
Nope, nobody did.
That's crazy.
Well, but we didn't consider Future not because Future's not great, but because Cole had literally said those words on First Person Shooter.
Big Three, yeah. Wow, breaking news right at the end of the pod right here, bro. Thank you, man. That's good podcasting, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do, bro.
Had to hide the nugget.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, man. Thank you for coming through. What do y'all have coming up for you yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And tell me what you got coming up for the future of Extra Gravy as you go into your 8th year.
Yeah, for sure. More live shows next year. So look out for more live shows. December 5th, I have a comedy show, Free Times Cafe, 9:30 p.m. Make sure you guys pull up, man. Ticket link is in my Instagram bio and my Twitter bio. Yeah, man, I'm just working on stand-up comedy. That's it. Stand-up is my life.
Yeah,
That's all I want to do.
You're gearing down to just a few different tasks.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna try to do parties a little less,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and just focus on, well, if I do parties, not advertise it as much.
Yeah.
More so just do my job, you know, get out type thing. But yeah, definitely focusing on stand-up a lot more.
Okay.
And I got some more surprises next year too.
And you know, send my love and salutes to Alicia, Duke, your new co-host.
Yeah.
Right? And of course my homie Norm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to Big Norm, shout out to Alicia, shout out to Duke. Duke has his own podcast as well,
okay.
ROTM, that he started before he was even on our pod.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, man, shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to everything you got coming up for 2025.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me, man.
Before I get out of here, quick salute to the sponsors. Big salute to Diamond Club. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Diamond Club _Canada. Big salute to Steamin' Hot Grabber. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Steamin' Hot Grabber. And big salute to Only Loud. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Only Loud Canada. The Oxtail God, a.k.a. Marlon Palmer in the building. We are off of this. Deuces.
We love hip hop.